What is going on again, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm making this video to discuss why you need to travel the world instead of spending your valuable time and going into debt in college. Now, the main reason for this is because when you're actually traveling the world and going abroad and trying to make it out in the world wherever you go, it teaches you so much more than college will ever teach you, no matter how long you go. Like, for example, I've only been out here for a year, and compared to the growth in the last 2 to 3 years that I had in college, I've grown exponentially more just being out here for less than a year than all of my years combined at university. Now, I believe the reason for this is because I've actually been experiencing life and the hardships that actually come into life. And that just means having the responsibility to pay rent, paying the electricity, booking flights, finding out all this visa stuff, finding out how the different currencies work, and all the different rules and government processes of each different country that I've been to. Now, in university, all I pretty much learned was how to be a very good accountant and how to type numbers into a computer for a business. Now, of course, these skills will never translate to real world skills where you're able to actually navigate through different countries and around the world with ease, because that's what I'm able to do now, just because I've been taught the life lessons of actually dropping out of college and just deciding to actually travel the world so I can actually learn life lessons instead of learning from some professor who drives a Honda Civic. So the reason I'm telling you this, and the reason why I think you should actually travel the world and learn from life instead of learning from a professor, is because when you're actually traveling the world and gaining these new experiences and learning how to make money online anywhere in the world at any time, that will actually give you the value and experience that you need to actually fully experience life and to be able to tell your kids and grandkids and even your family back home stories that they will never ever experience, because most people will not want to take that risk to actually go out into the world to actually learn what it's all about and to fully experience life. So when you're doing this for yourself, you're able to build so much value onto yourself as a man that people will not only respect you so much more, but you will be able to hold and tell stories to so many people that they will never be able to experience, and you will actually just have those memories for yourself. So that way, when you die one day, you won't be able to regret just going to university, working a dead-end 9-to-5 job, and just succumbing to the mold instead of actually going out there to live life on your own terms and to start living unchained and just basically experience life to the fullest by going out there and traveling the world and basically just going to unknown places that you pretty much have no idea what will happen, but you just know that whatever happens, you know that it was your decision and you were living on your own terms. And that's what I think matters most in life, is making your own decisions and living with them. Because personally, when I went to university, it was, of course, my responsibility for my actions, but I was heavily influenced by a lot of people to actually go to university in the first place, and I knew nothing better than actually going to university. So I was like, you know what, why not? Let me go ahead and go to university, see how it is, see if it works out for me. And obviously, it did not work out well. All I was doing in university was smoking weed, drinking every day, just being a full-on degenerate, not learning anything, and if anything, I was losing brain cells every single day and losing the will to even live. And that is because I was living on other people's terms. I was not living on my own terms. Instead, I was just doing what everyone told me. I was just an influenced bot. I would just do what everyone said and just follow orders and not really think for myself on what I actually wanted. Now, I don't even know when this actually changed for myself and what changed trajectories on my path to get me to where I am today. But I think it was just a combination of a long enough period of time of me just doing what others said, suffering by just drinking every single day, feeling like shit, thinking like shit, and not having any girls, and basically just finding myself going into deeper and deeper debt with going into college for a long enough period of time. Within 2 years of college and university, I was already in $20,000 in debt, and I knew that if I stayed another 2 years or 4 more years, depending on what degree I wanted to go for, I knew I'd be in at least $60,000 in debt, and I knew that wasn't a good thing to do. So I knew I had to drop out and just find out how to make money as fast as possible. So that's like the first independent thought that I think I've ever had when I was in college was I needed to change paths and I needed to do it now. So I believe that's when I actually started to change my path from going down the university 9-to-5 route to actually living the life that I live now, pretty much just living the life of my dreams. And it just took a long enough period of time of suffering and pretty much just life teaching me that the 9-to-5 and the university route was not the way to go, especially if you have a deeper calling inside of you and a deeper desire to travel the world and make money anywhere you want. Going to university will never teach you how to do that. So I just knew I had to leave. So pretty much after I dropped out, I knew that I would never go back to college and never go back to university because I've already kind of been down that road. And I knew I had to figure out a different way to actually make money because the only thing I knew when I dropped out of college was that I needed to make as much money as possible. And the reason that thought actually came into my head in the first place was because I watched a lot of influencers on YouTube like Andrew Tate and all of those people on YouTube who are just telling everyone how to make money as much as possible. I was like, you know what? He's kind of right. I'm pretty much in like $40,000 in debt in college, and I need to make money so I can pay that off as quick as possible because the only other way I can pay that off and to have a very good life is to work a 9-to-5. So I knew I just had to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. So I tried a lot of different things before actually getting into remote sales and moving out to Bangkok, Thailand. Like I tried drop shipping, I tried day trading, tried crypto, and even I got into this MLM for like a week, but then I realized that it was like a pyramid scheme of some sort, so I knew I just had to get out of that. And after finally realizing okay, there's got to be a different way to actually do this. There's got to be a better way to make money online and to actually live the life of my dreams of actually traveling the world and making money anywhere I go. And that's when I was looking on YouTube and I saw someone actually doing that. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on there? And I saw that those people were actually living out in Bangkok, Thailand. And I knew that if I actually wanted to do that for myself, I needed to find myself a way to connect with these people and to learn from them personally. So that way I can do that for myself and be able to make money anywhere in the world at any time. And what I learned that they do was called remote sales. And at the time, I just thought it was another way and another kind of scheme to make money online. And I thought it was like a scam at first. But after coming out here to Bangkok on a one-way flight with only 1,500 USD saved up and connecting with these people, they helped educate me and teach me the ways of how to actually do remote sales. And it only took a year or less to actually learn how to do it and to scale up from literally making $0 a month in Bangkok, Thailand to actually making 4 to 7K as a setter. And then about 8 months ago, transitioning from a setter to a closer, making close to 20K a month. So, of course, it was just a very rapid growth, in remote sales. And it just took a lot of focused work, a lot of just deep diving into different mentors, masterminds, connecting with the best salesmen possible and just learning directly from them. And that just kind of fast-tracked my progress to getting to me where I am today. And what I've kind of learned from that entire experience was that taking the risk to actually learn from the world instead of learning from the universities and professors at college was definitely the best way to go. And if I could go back in time to kind of change the path I kind of first took out of high school, I would have definitely just booked my one-way to Bangkok, Thailand first off instead of going to university, because I would have saved myself $40,000 and saved myself pretty much 2 years of my life, which I could have just spent in remote sales into just loving my income And I probably would have been a multimillionaire by now because I would just funnel my income from remote sales into crypto and just scale up from there. But it's life, it's reality. You can't go back in time and change what you did in the past. You just have to accept the current situation that you're in now and just do the best you can do from where you are at the moment. So now that I know that I could have just gone to remote sales and to travel the world first off instead of going to university, that's what I would recommend to you. I would recommend just passing up on university and going to college, unless you want to be a doctor, lawyer, or something like that, because we still do need those people, and I'm entirely grateful for those people in our society. But if you do have that deeper calling to like travel the world and experience life to the fullest, remote sales is definitely the best way to go about it. So if you do want to get into remote sales and become a setter and then transition into a closer, just book a call below with me in the description, and I can kind of see where you are in life at the moment, like if you're in high school, in college, working a 9 to 5, if you're already in sales, and I can take you from where you are now to actually getting started as a setter, making close to 3 to 7K a month, and then of course transitioning you into a closer, making anywhere from 8 to 20K to 25K plus a month, and we can of course just kind of go from there. So if you are interested, I put the link in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful cigar, but we will talk tomorrow.